everybody. Welcome to Good Things.
We made it.
We made it. I don't know. We've been playing around on Instagram Live for the last couple of minutes. It's been one of those weeks, but we are glad that you are here with us. It is Sunday, April the 8th, and I'm just glad the sun is out.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
We need a little bit of blessings.
We needed it with traffic because if it wasn't out, I would have probably killed someone on the way here today.
Sunday, trying to get into DC, and I don't know if it's just this area or if it's the cherry blossoms, if it's springtime.
You know what? I didn't even think of the cherry blossoms. I should have given myself at least an extra day to get down here.
An extra day.
Because we get on 66 and all, smooth sailing, gonna be here,
Good, the
ETA
normal.
15 minutes early, and all of a sudden they're like, you have a 20-minute delay. A what?
Oh, what?
That's
all it
sorry.
takes.
Well, and here's the thing. So there's nothing. I was like, maybe a deer ran out in front of people on 66. Maybe there was an accident. No. Someone
Just a
had
bunch.
No. A cop pulled somebody over.
Of
And so
course.
we
I
all
hate
had to
that.
drive
I
15
hate
miles
that.
an hour.
Yes.
Because
Mind
of
your
a police
business,
officer.
people.
They don't know how.
It ain't about you.
They don't know how.
I mean,
Nosy.
meanwhile, though, if there's an
Crazy
accident or
girl.
anything, I'm like,
It's okay.
yeah,
Can't do that.
creeping.
Don't be
No.
one of those people.
I
Lily.
am.
Don't
No
do it.
rubbernecking. No
I am.
rubbernecking.
I
No
am.
rubbernecking.
My mom used to say that when I was little, and I would try to figure out what it meant. Like, they don't have rubbernecks, and as an adult, I get it. But as a kid, I'm like, people have rubber necks?
I
What?
have seen some of the most amazing things. I think literally since moving here, I just, I could rant all day long about traffic because I'm just like, I don't understand. Like every time I see somebody driving reverse off of an exit ramp because they're like, oh, this wasn't the right one.
No.
So I told y'all, I texted them on the way. I got stuck behind some D-bag in a Maserati who literally went 12 miles an hour for 15 minutes and then got to a yellow light that was turning red. Sped off because he knew that I wouldn't be able to get through. I'm like, you were just
Why?
effing with me that whole time, you
Yeah.
douche.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Good Things does cuss.
Sorry.
All of
Yeah,
us.
it's okay.
I cuss more than them.
I don't know. Sil might say no.
That's because
working on it.
I'm trying to be good.
Censored ourselves
Yeah.
up until
little
this
bit.
point.
Yeah.
little bit.
And then I just
Yeah.
let the shit out.
Well, I will tell you,
Sorry.
today is we've been gone for a couple of weeks, and we've been gone from the studio, so we do miss it when we're not here. So
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, y'all.
hey Jay, our producer is
And
here.
we
do
y'all
miss
missed
him.
us.
We do. We miss when
Such-
we're not here because it's like right now. Well, we start the day off on Sundays. Right?
Yeah.
So right now it's just chill in the studio, and we kick off the Sunday, but we haven't been not doing stuff.
We've still been
No.
together.
Yeah. I think
And then
our
doing
time
stuff
off is not
separately.
really that, right? No.
I really envy people who just don't do things on the weekends.
Where are those people? Is there a
Oh my
tribe
God. Do you
of...
want to call my husband? He just,
Shade
I'm just gonna get up.
a palm
I'm
tree?
just gonna go to the gym.
We're in Florida. Look at all those palm
And I
trees.
love you, babe, if you're watching this. I know I'm a crazy psycho, but we do have a million people coming in next weekend.
Because
Yes.
Woo!
Mrs. DC
Mrs.
America.
DuPont Circle
Yes.
is competing
Weekend.
for Mrs. DC America next
Yes.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I will be in the building,
Yes.
beat to the gods.
I don't
Well-
know what this one's wearing yet. I know what that one's wearing.
Because it's her dress.
That's true.
Well, let's just say, I'm not even talking about this week coming up because my head's right now. But
Spinning and doing cartwheels and backflips.
it is. So I'm just trying to stay on task.
At least now you're not trying to direct pageant too.
Never again. Never again.
Orlando? We in Orlando? Look at all them palm trees.
Never again. But we are going to just kind of give you a little insight as we move forward today on Good Things DC, because you know what? I think we deserve a day. We probably deserve a whole year to just kind of be a little bit off script.
We're very casual, you can see. We're
Yeah,
just
we
kind
are
of chilling.
cash.
We're
This is
just
like
chanks
most
and
days.
teas.
I love this. We're going to talk about this when we come back from break real quick, right?
We're all comfy today.
We're just comfy today because we got a lot going on.
Little
but
do you guys know we're not even wearing pants.
well, I guess you never know, right? This is true.
Let's let them visualize that. They like that.
A little bit. It's Sunday, Britt.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Jesus.
All right, but more good things when we come back, and we are going to talk about a couple of things that have maybe been bothering us a little bit, and we're going to let you kind of inside. I've got a little surprise for some of our Good Things viewers. I've been talking with some of our friends and sponsors, and I think that we want to hook somebody up for Mother's Day. So we're going to talk to you guys about that a little bit and present that and see what you think. But we'll be right back. More Good Things.
Welcome back. All right, so as you can tell, we are so casual compared to our normal,
Except
but
for,
all
like-
of us were, except for up here. Yeah, we tried to at
Gotta
least
keep
put
the
our
face
names
right.
together.
Right.
But we were tired, so tired, and I don't think any of us wanted to squeeze into something that was conforming to
No.
our bodies.
No
we
Spanx
just
today.
wanted to give ourselves
Just
a
be
break.
chill.
Yeah.
So of course, me, I just can't wear. Well, number one, I don't own any plain colored T-shirts.
Or jeans.
Or jeans. But what I do own, and this is one of the probably the most favorite gift my husband has ever gotten me, and actually coincidentally he was
It's so
wearing it
cute.
this morning. So it says
You take it off of him?
No, he has his
Oh,
own.
I was like,
He couldn't fit in this. Are you kidding? This would be
I was
like,
trying- boy.
I was trying to visualize.
this would be like
Jay.
a crop top. It'd be really cute on
You
him.
should
though.
try that, Jay.
Yeah. So it actually says "Eat What Elephants Eat," and it's by a company
You
called.
can't see it. Hold on.
Yeah, you can't see it.
There we
but
go.
Eat What Elephants Eat. So it's by a company called Crazies and Weirdos because their whole premise
I like that
is
name.
it is Crazies and Weirdos. So the
Okay,
whole-
I'm sorry. I have to stop you for a second.
Yeah.
Mama
walked in.
is chic and like
I forgot
beat.
to tell her the memo that we weren't dressing
Yeah, we
up
were supposed to be
today.
casual,
Mom
Monica.
is beat to the gods right now. What is this?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I
I'm kidding.
told her, I was like, why are you so dressed up? And she goes, well, what do you mean?
It couldn't be like too much glam in the car, so I get it.
I
Yeah.
get, balance it out. Balance
Yeah,
it out.
balance.
Okay, you can go back to your t-shirt. Sorry.
Yeah. So Crazies and Weirdos. So they named their company Crazies and Weirdos because being plant-based, most people think it's crazy and weird.
Vegans are weird, yes.
Exactly. So, but all of these are very, what's the word?
Oh,
Econo-
the cotton is
Yeah, the cotton
sourced.
is organic.
Yeah.
It's sourced ethically.
Right.
And they're seriously the most comfortable t-shirts ever. But the coolest part is when you buy one of these t-shirts, the proceeds do go back towards helping elephants.
Oh.
Which is amazing. And it's a big conversation starter.
Yeah.
Every time I wear it out, people are like, what do elephants eat? And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, not animals.
Right. Well,
Not other
and it is
elephants.
it is a good cause. I mean, I think I've been kind of a little bit even more enlightened. I mean, I think I've always kind of followed, especially the endangerment of of certain species. I think that people are starting to become more aware because it is happening so vastly.
And rapidly. Like our ecosystem is
Yeah.
literally failing.
Yeah.
It was like last week or 2 weeks ago, we learned that giraffes are on the endangered species list.
Right.
Yep. And the
Which
white
is-
rhino is officially, the
Yeah.
last male is gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
And so they do have a little bit of sperm left from him.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Which I
it's
think
basically like any fertility, right?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
don't know if it's going to take
Well,
with the females they have left.
Yep.
And the truth of the matter is that I think that people initially used to think that, oh, well, it must be, they didn't really care as much because it was like, well, it's animals or species that, weren't necessarily, what do you want to say, like necessarily native to, all parts of the world. Maybe
Yeah.
they were only in
They're not
some
prevalent
part.
everywhere.
Right. And so it was kind of like, well,
It's just so
nobody will miss them, but
It's
that's
so
not,
sad to
yeah.
me. I mean, do you really want to raise children in a world without giraffes?
Well, that's the thing.
Or
It's like,
rhinos?
I
don't.
Show 'em pictures. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, we used to have these, but because we're such assholes, we don't anymore. Sorry.
Basically.
Well, and the thing of it is like it's a trickle effect, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's giraffes and rhinos now, but eventually,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it like our
'Cause
dogs
we're
and our
wiping
cats
out-
and our
That's the thing.
birds? And
Right.
We're
and
wiping out rainforests.
there are species of birds that are no longer
Yeah.
in abundance and no longer prevalent. That are just, I mean, people may not have really known that much about them, but ones that actually are just a normal part, even here in North America, of our just general system, that are just kind of dying off. And
Yeah.
so I just think that people aren't really thinking through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it was some rare, elephant from some part of the Saharan desert at some point in time, whatever. And so it didn't affect them. But now, like you said, I mean, who doesn't think
Lord.
about going to the zoo and just seeing a
Literally.
general
Right.
giraffe?
Lord help me if I ever go into someone's house and they have like an elephant tusk on the wall.
I can't.
I'm going to jail for murder, guys.
I can't.
we'll bail you out.
Yeah, we'll come
Thanks.
get you.
We'll
It's
get you.
okay.
I mean, it's such a selfish thing.
It is hard.
It is.
It is.
But not to defend anything, but I mean, the reality is like, you don't know what you don't know. And I can speak from
Yeah,
experience. I don't have
absolutely.
elephant tusks in my home or anything, but just so for the last
good.
2 weeks, these guys know, and my husband and my
Yes.
family knows, but for the last 2 weeks, my husband and I have gone completely plant-based. You guys see it every week when, you see our show, we
Right.
have commercials
Green
for
Fair.
Green Fair. And I am in the middle of the 21-day Kickstart, and it's bigger than changing eating habits. It's
Yeah.
just learning so much. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know what I didn't know. And now
Yeah.
that I know, I can't unlearn
I can't
it.
unknow it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, and I think that's when it comes back to everything, I mean, it's just about the general education of things, and everything's not going to affect people the same way.
Nope.
And because, I mean, just think about our ancestors and our generations before us, and I want to talk a little bit about generations a little bit later,
gosh.
but the things that our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents, obviously did not know,
Right.
And the things that were, I guess, shown to them or given to them as being, hey, this is great, this is good, this is good for you, and so of course you pass that down and you don't know anything, and so it's hard to reteach.
Yeah.
Not only the person and their mind, but their body
Yeah.
and the whole spirit, and then to try to get their minds around the fact of why what they did know
Right.
is probably not the best thing, and so and to fully transition.
It's a
Well,
culture shift.
It is, and what I love is there's this comic, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a doctor sitting there and he's talking to a patient, and the doctor's like, if you change your diet, we don't have to do this surgery. And he was like, I don't know, that seems pretty risky. I'll go with the triple bypass.
Right.
And I'm like, are you insane?
What? Right. Well, but the thing is that to a lot of people, the
Yes.
idea is it's no different than, let's just say, the generation of smokers.
Yep.
That that was. I mean, no
It was the
one
norm.
said. Yeah, no one said this is not okay. So there
Right.
was nothing to. It was just you either did it or you didn't, and maybe.
And if you
tried
did,
it
it was
you
okay.
didn't.
And if you happen to be pregnant, like
nothing.
no big deal then either.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was the
it was
norm.
literally nothing. It was the norm. But yeah, it's
Yeah, but it's, everything's gotten bigger, right? As a society, we're
Yeah.
just we're so used to that instant gratification. And so, where our grandparents or, my grandparents, great grandparents
Yeah.
probably had 4 ounces of steak with veggies and maybe a potato.
Right.
We've got a processed potato, processed veggies.
you're right.
And
And a
then 16
16-ounce
ounces of
steak.
steak.
Right.
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 And it's
Which I don't understand.
Moderation.
Yeah.
moderation.
Yeah.
Except-
And understanding and
Except for
learning.
wine. Kanosh, do we have to have moderation when it comes to wine?
Yes.
No,
Oh.
they make wine bottles that turn into wine glasses, and they're perfect.
What? When did this come out?
We'll have to look at it on
I
Facebook.
was like, why haven't you bought
It's a,
why haven't you
it's a
bought
bottle
them for
of wine,
Kanosh and I?
and you unscrew
We've
the
gone
top,
from
and then it
endangered
to the bottom,
giraffes
and you
to
just
wine.
drink out of
That's
it.
what we do on Good Things. That's how we do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I wanted to talk a little bit, but I think I want us to take a really short break first. I want to talk about generations and good and bad. And this has to do with Generation Z. So,
Who's Generation Z?
Genesis.
Oh,
Yeah.
About that. We'll be right back. More Good Things in a sec.
Welcome back, you guys. Took a little break there. We're back.
Yeah.
Tiny break.
We're like relaxed today.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
Yeah, we hope you guys are having a relaxing Sunday. You know what? Why we have this little relaxed downtime, let's remind everybody, this is season 3 of Good Things, and we are very excited to continue to have you guys, I guess, just support viewership,
share it, like it, post it, tweet it, text it, everything.
And you can find us.
I don't know how you remember all those.
This is why we have her, because and she pretty much keeps us going.
I'm like, eat it, cuddle it,
right.
It.
What? No, what was that? You said to, she said to text. She was like, "How come we don't have postings like what we post on Facebook to Instagram?" I was like, "Cause I don't know how to make it go over to Instagram." I was like, "I know how to make it go from Instagram to Facebook, but
we're still learning."
Without Britt,
I don't know. But yeah,
and I don't know it all. So shout out to everybody out there that manages social media. If you have tips,
if you want to come
them.
and share them with us and teach us, we can have like a Good
We could
Things,
do a social media
university right here on Good Things.
Yeah.
So reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on goodthingsdc.com and reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@goodthingsdc.com, or you can email any one of us individually. But yeah, we'd love to do that. But like us, and also check us out on YouTube at Good Things DC Show. Yes, because we have a lot coming out. But let's talk about generations for a second. Yeah. So, you know, we've got, I think I mapped it out, and I meant to bring my little notes with me, but I forgot. So
it's all right. Let's wing it.
I know, we'll wing
Let's
it. So
wing it.
technically, the three of us, I'm the oldest, but we are all part of the millennial generation.
Yep.
Or Generation Y, I guess if you would call it. I'm kind of right on the edge of that.
You know, there's like an in between. What did they call it?
I love when you said edge. You were like,
edge of that because they cut it off at certain times. So the one prior to generation, I guess the millennial generation, like cuts off at like 1976. I'm a 77 baby, so I'm kind of right there.
Yep, you are.
So you've got, but they do split it.
Yeah.
So you've got millennial / Generation Y. I think you guys are more Generation,
well, I'm more of a millennial.
I'm more millennial.
By like definition.
Yeah.
But I have some of both.
I'm kind of a bad millennial. I'm just a terrible millennial. I don't know how to do a whole lot on social media.
But you're not supposed to. But see, that's not really. I see that's more the generation.
That's
a little bit of
Gen Z, right?
That's Gen Z. So social media is more Gen Z, which is like anybody that was born basically from like 1995 and forward. So and then they've got a sub generation in that as well right now, which would be like my son, like Little Sil. And so I've got
baby Sil.
The ones that were literally born with iPads.
Right, in their hands that knew exactly what to do, which a lot of people are like, I don't understand this, but I'm just like, there is not a 2-year-old, not one that I have seen that does not know how to operate an iPad, an iPhone.
Or that can't teach you something that you don't know.
I love when I was watching Logan the other night, and he goes, Leia, I need help with this. And I was like, I don't know how to work that. I don't know. He was like, I'm stuck in the water. I was like, then jump out of the water. I don't know what you need from me. I don't know how.
No, that's like Lil Sil. He's like, Mom, don't you know how to play this? I don't know how to get to this next level. I'm like, I don't even know what
help
you're
yourself.
doing.
I can't help you.
I don't even know what
I can play Candy Crush.
That is old news.
It is.
It's okay. But that's that. But the truth
it is
matter,
a mindless thing that I just do.
Well, but the thing is that's the whole thing. And granted, I think we've accepted that with every generation there should be progress, and there should be
a progression.
To know and learn, and things should come kind of easily to each generation. However, okay, I'm sorry, Generation Z, and I can say this because I'm a mom of Generation Z, and and so are you.
Yep.
And
can I just say it because I have to manage Generation Z?
There you go. And so there are a couple of things and we're going to give you good and bad. I'm not going to just harp on you guys. There are positive, and
we're not beating you up. We promise.
We're not. However, right now it's April. right? It's springtime, and we're starting to get into some prom season. And we touched on this a little bit last year. We didn't really go through it. Actually, I think we talked about it with Harvey was here.
Yeah.
And
Harvey Morgan.
yes. And so we were like talking about fashion and style a little bit, but I can't wait to have him back. I know we
He's
talked
so
a little
sweet.
bit on Messenger and things like that. We're
Will
gonna
we see him on Saturday? I don't know.
I
don't
should
know.
ask him.
You should ask
We're
him.
gonna kidnap him at some point. Like you have to, Harley. You
Yeah.
have to come back. It's
Yeah.
not up for.
We're
not,
gonna have.
We'll
we're-
just
not
all-
your decision.
We'll all just
You're
sit
coming.
on your lap like Santa Claus.
Come on, because we have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So prom season.
prom season, and I've been seeing these Facebook posts, and thankfully,
You want me to take my shirt off to show you what the prom dresses look
Basically.
like?
Oh my God. Pretty
No,
much.
just have Jay put the shirt
Naked.
on, and that's what they look like. I just need somebody to explain this to me. So I understand that there is a shift in, like, for instance, homecoming now. Homecoming is very casual. It's
Right.
it's not a formal event.
Yeah, it didn't used to be.
Yeah, it's like I don't know when that happened, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the kids have more fun.
We all know what it's like to dress glam. We like it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun, and
Yeah.
sometimes you just don't want to, and I get that too.
And that's today.
So, yeah, that is today. But I don't understand when this transition happened with prom, where, and by no means, not everyone, subscribes to this, but when was it like, woohoo, here's my chance to be the cover model for XXL?
Thought-tastic.
Well, I don't understand.
Oh.
Like,
Shoot, Kanosh, don't you have that dress?
no.
That is a grown woman.
I'm
dress.
not old enough for that dress. And I just don't.
Oh
and I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
We're not hating, but I'm like, I just don't feel
Beautiful
like.
girl, beautiful dress, not really appropriate for
No.
her age or for the season. And
You know who that's appropriate for? Mary Jane.
There you go.
Mary Jane Paul.
being Mary Jane?
Huh?
Is that
Yeah.
show that I don't
that's
watch?
the show that you don't watch that is
What's
you.
wrong with her?
Well, not exactly, but she is
yeah.
you.
People say, Gabrielle and I favor. She's like my celebrity
She
sister.
was beautiful to me until I watched this show. Sorry, Gabrielle. But your character in the show just kills
She's
me.
horrible.
She's a train
That means
wreck.
she's a good actress.
Yes, it's
That's
true.
good.
That's true.
It's true because other movies I've loved you
Yeah.
just fine.
Yeah.
But this one has just made me hate you so much.
But back to the nonsense.
Yes.
So I don't know, and maybe you guys. I'm sorry, maybe I'm prude. I'm
wanna
a
change
week
my
away
shirt
from
'cause
being
it's the same
41,
color as
and
her
so
dress.
hey,
You
I
are
don't
not
like it.
rude. I mean,
I don't know.
You're
but
not a prude.
Some of this is just like, and that wasn't even that
That's
bad.
not the worst of it?
That's not the worst of it. I don't even know what Jay has for us, but I'm sure he found some stuff. See,
All right,
I
let's
know
find
he's got
some
some
more high
other stuff.
schoolers going to prom.
And the thing is that some of these girls aren't even like 18.
Are you paying for them to get a limo? Please tell me no.
Who?
You,
For who to get a limo?
Jen.
She don't care about that stuff.
Okay, good.
She's not going to prom?
No, they go as a big group of girls, and they meet up with the guys at wherever the prom. Their school is really small.
Do they do dinner before?
No.
No.
There's nothing more obnoxious than walking into a restaurant and it being filled with people going to prom.
Yeah, it is super annoying.
Yeah. And they're like, what do you mean our bill's $100 and we have to tip on top of it?
No.
Let's talk about that for a second. Parents, if you are sending your children out for dinner,
Give them money.
you may want to show them how to tip because we don't live in Europe. We are
is true.
expected to tip here.
Yes, 18%.
Correct. And when there's
At
a
least.
table of 20,
Should be like 20%.
It's 20%.
exactly.
Yeah.
The waiter deserves a tip for dealing with those tiny.
And most places now they just throw it on there automatically.
Yeah, if there's a
because-
party
Yes.
of a certain size.
Yes. Some of the, it's usually the nicer restaurants, but yeah.
No, but that's important to know. But no, they don't. She actually usually requests. She's like, "Mom, can you just bring in food or make something?" She usually wants me to cook, and I'm like, "I'm not doing that for like."
She wants you to
15
host a gala before the prom.
basically. So I was like, "I will
That's
cater
what I
in."
want for my birthday. Can
That's-
you guys host a gala?
That's basically. But no, they just want they want food at the house so that they can like munch and nosh and do whatever as they
While
get
they're
ready.
getting ready.
Yeah,
I will say for your birthday, I want food at the house.
there will be lots of food.
Oh, your
and
birthday
lots
is
of-
gonna be so
lots of
turnt.
stuff.
I can't
So,
wait.
It's gonna be like I have to. Okay, so
I'm so excited.
I was keeping up with Kelly, and so we were talking about this because I was trying to choose between. We get off topic easy when we're off script.
We do.
Sorry. But
Roll
I was
with it.
trying to choose between like okay, I'm hosting a dinner at Saks DC, which is like I love this place. It's just like. opulence to like it's just unapologetically
Never
extra.
been there, so I'm super excited.
It's unapologetically extra, she said. We'll love it.
Yes.
We will love it.
Yes, times the nth
It'll
degree.
take us probably 16 hours to get ready that day.
We're
That's okay.
going to start in the
At, like,
morning
9 a.m.
with mimosas.
There you go, with everybody
Well,
there.
Britt will be sleeping if we start with drinks with her.
Listen, if I pace myself, you assholes, I can keep up.
That's
okay.
a lie. She
we'll-
can't. And then she
I
goes like
can.
this. So this is my favorite thing is so I have, of course, light eyes, and both of you
Yes.
have beautiful dark eyes. But you can tell when I start to get drunk because I have light eyes. And she's like, oh, girl, you're drunk. Like the whole night. And I'm like, you know this won't go away, right? I have light eyes.
We're gonna figure out something for that. It's
Bye,
okay.
Zine.
But that's okay. We're gonna have Mama Trinice there.
Yay.
So she'll be there because I call her that because it's like she's my big sister, and so she takes care of everybody. She knows like the remedy for everything. She knows like how to get you right like in 2 seconds.
Remedy for being
need all
hangry.
that.
No, literally, like no. Well, she used to own like clubs and bars and things like that. But like she's like the first person that like is always like she like wrote the handbook on like etiquette. She's so like into that. She's like AKA everything is like just so.
She's
the
like
time.
always perfectly put together.
All the time.
Oh my gosh.
Like just
all the time. All the time. And so it's like, okay,
I just
she'll
want
take care of
someone to
everybody.
live with me that is like that because it'll never be me.
Me,
My mom
it's
was
okay.
calling me the bag lady yesterday because whenever I go somewhere, I find a new bag to stick shit in. And then I can't find anything because it's in 50 bags all around my house.
This is
Why
so
we
true.
love each other. Look, we are kindred spirits. This
She
is what we do.
called me the other day and she's like, do you
Yeah.
know what happened to my tan shoes? And I'm like
I looked
reminding
all
her of all
around the
these different
house.
places.
All the
to
bags
look. She's
that you
like,
might-
good idea. Let me check this backpack. Did she call you or text you and ask? 'Cause I told her like you
I
might
found
have
them
left them.
and they were in my car in a bag from one of the luncheons we went to, like in a paper bag. I was like, what is wrong with
It's
me?
okay. It's
I
all
just-
right. But I will say, so going back to the kids,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, some of them have been just a little bit out there, and I just don't really know. Like, I don't know how to tell. I'm glad that I'm very fortunate that my daughter has never kind of been in that realm of wanting to, look above her age or to pursue
That's because
things
she
above
just
her
looks
age.
awesome.
Well,
even when she wakes up and she has hair everywhere, she's just like Vogue.
But she doesn't care.
Yeah.
And it's that.
Yeah.
I mean, like her thing is more about like she did ask. She's like, when can we go prom dress shopping? And I was like, well, whenever, because I know with her, she already kind of probably has something in mind. She's gonna go look for that. If she finds it, great. That's what we're gonna
What
do.
horoscope is Genesis?
Virgo.
She's like super mature, knows who she is, knows what she wants, like unapologetic.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a
Definitely
little
not
adult.
us.
Yeah. Well, and that
She
and
really
I'm
does.
glad you said that because I think that also kind of transitions to the thing that I wanted to talk about that is great about Generation Z,
Yep.
if you will. And one thing I've had an opportunity just over probably the last, like, I would say 6 years, especially since Genesis has like transitioned from like middle school to high school. We're going through middle school really and all the way through high school as, and her friends that many of them I've known, all of them since they were like in 6th grade, is this particular generation, I think is teaching really a lot of us, or reteaching, I guess, the importance of understanding like who you are and finding out really what you care about.
Right.
I mean, I think really at the
Their
at the heart of it.
passion level is so great, and what they're not doing is they're not picking careers based on the money that comes with it. They're picking careers that are going
Right.
to change the environment that they're passionate about, that they genuinely love, and not really caring what their house looks like. They don't really care if they
No.
buy a house. They
Right.
don't really care if they have.
Because they would rather
A nice car.
travel.
Right.
Or,
They would rather
Yes.
experiences are more important.
Yeah.
Right.
Memories are
Right.
more important,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I commend them because part of me wants to be a free spirit and quit my job and move to an island. But the practical part of me is like, you're supposed to buy a house and you're supposed to stay at your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
and pay your bills
And
and
pay
do
your
all
bills.
those things.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I think it fosters also their level of kind of maturity and confidence. And,
Yeah. And they're super empathetic, I think, as a generation toward
Other people.
others.
Yes.
Which I think you talked about, they're reteaching us. I think these children of this generation are teaching prior generations of that were, humanity.
Yeah.
Just relearning what it means to
Interesting
be.
to me that they are super empathetic, but then we have the whole bullying issue going on.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that part of it, right?
Well, and I
is
think
it that bullying is higher though, or is it just more visible?
I think that it's just more visible.
I think the visibility.
Yeah,
too.
I do, because I do think that when it comes to like bullying, and especially, I mean, one thing that I think I was taught, and I really appreciated. I remember a teacher at Genesis's school, and when she started, maybe 7th grade, and I remember her saying she was actually like the dean of the middle school, and she was like, yeah, you know, this middle school is hard. But I've always felt like 7th grade is the hardest because, and not because of the grade itself, but if you take a look at the age and the place, she's like, usually this is when things begin to kind of shape a little
Right.
bit. It's where a lot of bullying, you know, starts, things like that. And you know, 7th graders are somewhere between about 11 and 13, depending on where you're at. But I do think that it is more visible because we do have more of a magnifying glass with things like social media,
Yeah.
I mean, and all that kind of stuff, which I also think is a big reason why a lot of at least the older, I would say the mid to older parts of like the Generation Z, so like, you know, 18-year-olds and above, some of them are really just starting to check out, and they're just like, you know what? I don't want to be on social media for this week or this month or this year. You know, there was a story on, I think they did on the Today Show last week, and they were talking to some college students who, you know, and asking them like how important social media was to them. And these were like, you know, 19, 20-year-olds, freshmen, sophomores in college.
Right.
And they were like, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. They're like, it's great to see what my friends are doing. It's maybe great to kind of see what's going on. But a lot of them are like, it's like a trend that they're like checking off. Maybe not permanently, but for a little while.
Yeah, so I'm going to touch on the work aspect of managing some, you know, millennials / Generation Z. And really, it's about people have to understand that and I believe they're still doing it in school now, but when we started to do where everyone gets a trophy or everyone gets a flag. Participation trophies, that is where the entitlement started to come into, right?
Absolutely.
And then there was so much in the media about disciplining your kids and you can't do this and you can't do that. And so what has happened is when they come to the workplace and, you know, myself or someone else is trying to manage them, they show up every day and they're like, I want a promotion. I'm like, why?
I want a promotion. I want more money. I want to be your boss. But also, like, I have not taken any time to develop, not even in this role, but like to develop into whatever that next role is supposed to be.
But what I've noticed is, and this is a tip
I'm awesome.
on how to...
I just am.
That's the mentality, right?
Right. But what I've noticed is the key is you can keep them and you can keep them happy if they're always working towards something.
This is true.
That's
so
true.
if they have different levels at work or if they have different goals, okay, when you get to X, you take this test and this happens.
Right.
When you get to X, you get this.
Right.
As long as they have some sort of a set path.
Right.
They're okay.
Yeah.
But the problem is we went from a generation who were basically almost self-starters who had to do everything on their own with little to no feedback. And now we have a generation who wants to constantly hear, you're awesome.
How are you doing?
You're great.
Right.
How are you doing? What can I do to make your day better? What can I do to help you?
Yes.
Because that's what the parents have done raising them.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
How can I make
agree.
your life easier?
Right.
Completely.
I
And
agree.
so,
agree.
you know, when you're sending kids into the workforce, you have to be honest with them in the fact that they may work a very long time before they get anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they may work a very long time, or they may have to work very, very hard.
Absolutely. To get there
For
quicker.
Yeah. To get
And I
there
think
quicker.
that's kind of a part of, like I said, I think it's a catch-22 because I do think that the younger generation now, as you said earlier, has more of a stock in living a life well lived,
Right.
as opposed to living a life that is just kind of
Monotonous.
Yeah,
Same
checking
job.
off boxes.
right, and that contains things.
Yep.
You know, they want to have, you know, something substantial that actually has impacted them in some sort of way. And not that a decent paycheck is not, because I do think they understand the
correlation
right.
between it. But I think they've also seen their parents where it doesn't matter how many things you have, that doesn't equate to happiness.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Bingo.
that's
Bingo.
something that
Yeah.
me being a Taurus, we tend to go more on the materialistic side, and
Oh, really?
we do.
Bag lady.
Yes, bag lady. Yeah, but not. I actually don't buy purses anymore, which is so funny because I used to be in this phase where I wanted
wants
purse
shoes,
after
though.
purse after purse, tennis shoes because all I do is work out.
Her
But-
tennis shoes. I'm
You
sorry.
and Kelly are the same
Her
time.
tennis shoes have diamonds everywhere,
You want me-
and it's
I
not.
have them on.
and
You
it's
want me-
not
you want me to
because
bring 'em
they're
up?
Some now.
purchased
Look,
that
let's
way.
see. Give me one. Take off one of them. Can you? There, look.
I'll lift it up.
Look at that bling.
See
that?
Kelly, she got a lady that does this. You probably want to talk to her about that. Talk to her
Here's
about
the thing.
Call
It's
Lily.
Actually, shop Pink Ivy on
Shop
Etsy.
Pink Ivy.
Yeah,
that's what it
Shop
is.
Pink
amazing.
Ivy. She needs to come on.
She
Bring
does
some of
because
her
she
stuff.
isn't. She's in Virginia, but I think she's more.
You can find her on
Virginia
Etsy,
Beach
though,
or something.
right?
Yep, you can
Yep.
find her on Etsy.
Yep.
She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's
She
on
blings
all of them.
everything. I also have somebody that I'm addicted to on Etsy that I can't really. I need to stop shopping there. It's how do you say it? For on Etsy, if you go to it, it's called what is it? Blue Bedazzled. But all of the stuff is just like this decadent, like everything.
That sounds lovely.
It is. It's like whether it's like nylons and fishnets and corsets.
Oh,
and
is that where you got
bustiers.
your like sparkle
Yes,
tights?
Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Bedazzled tights.
Everything.
Bedazzle tight.
But we'll show some of that stuff. Well, next week when we're back in the
Well, we've
studio.
got birthdays coming up, so we've got a lot to
We have
celebrate.
a lot going on. But you know what? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I do want to, we're going to dish on something. We had a little funny conversation last week.
Oh gosh, I can't wait for this.
Do you use Waze?
Oh, I was like, truth be told, I don't remember what we're talking about.
She's been involved, but we're going to talk a little bit about that because I think that some people have probably have some, because Brian, I think your husband was like,
Yeah.
talking about, I don't really like it. I got some other people that live in different parts
Oh
of the
my gosh,
nation.
I love it.
They
We've
hate
got
it.
some
I live on
stories.
it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about
That'll be
Waze
fun.
when we come back. And we're also going to remind you when and where to see Mrs. DuPont, DC, America.
I mean, it's not
2018?
coincidence that DuPont Circle is also DC. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's
And
a
shout
DC.
out to the Embassy Row Hotel. They hosted
Yes.
us last
They were
weekend.
amazing.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that was so fun.
You guys are going to see more of that. We had a photo shoot, our second, I guess our
Yep.
second
Yep.
official photo shoot for Good
I
Things
feel like
DC.
we have them every time we see each other, but they're not.
Not like
Yeah.
real pictures. And thank you to Diana Andrea Merlos, who is the owner of DAM Photography.
She was awesome.
Yeah, she came out and took some great pics for
It's
us.
a lot
I
to
feel
work
like
with.
she really
It's
captured
a lot
our
to work
essence.
with this
Yes.
much
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked with her individually before, but I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, I'm warning
whole
you.
different thing.
Kenosha alone is nothing.
Nope.
But she was game, and so was the hotel. So shout out to them. Shout out to Iman.
Oh, yeah, the
night manager
night
there.
manager, Iman.
Yeah, so they were really great to us, and we can't wait to come back. So
Chanel Jefferson for
Yes.
your
Oh,
makeup.
yes. So shout out to
Juliet
Chanel.
Hernandez
Yes.
for our makeup.
Yes.
They
We had a whole
got
team.
along so well.
They did.
Like
They
our
were
little
so
glam
fun.
squad.
yeah, it was great. It was great, and you guys will see this finished product soon. We can't wait to share it with you. But we'll be right back, and we'll talk a little bit before we sign off. See you in a sec. everybody. Welcome back to Good Things. It's been a nice, relaxing, off-script
So relaxing.
show
So
today. But,
Flew by.
yeah.
And I was sure cracking me up. You keep smacking the
No,
table, and I think
it's my nails.
I was like, "What's going on with your hands today?"
I know. I don't know why. Because I don't have no script.
Well, you're like me
Used to
though.
like having papers.
I'm telling you. So since I'm pageant prepping, right? Like
Yeah.
I can't really have sweets, and I'm a big sweet person, and so I just keep making them. And
Yeah,
sending,
she calls and she's like, I'm making cookies.
She
I'm
sent
I'm
my
not
kids
eating
home
them,
with
but I'm making them.
muffins.
Yeah, I'm like a drug addict. I got to do something with my hands.
So
I gotta bake.
Right. So she's like, I'm baking. We were like, okay.
What is that song? In the kitchen, wrist twisted like a stir. That's you.
That's
Like,
me.
That's
That's
her.
me.
That's her.
I'm
All
like,
the time.
oh.
She'll
I gotta
send
work
us
out.
a snap of like her cookies she's made. I made cookies. I'm not eating them, but I made them. Like, you're just gonna stuff Jay with them. So
Jay.
He's like, "Ugh, woman, stop making things.
it's almost there. Well, you know what? We're going to real quick. We talked a little bit about this, and we'll probably do something a little more in depth at one point in time. But do you guys use Waze? Because we do. I do.
Today I wanted to murder Waze.
So if you don't know what Waze is, there's probably like a handful of people out there that don't. It's a navigation app,
Right.
right? And
It's
it
an app,
is
right.
user submitted like alerts and just ticks and tips, tricks and tips.
Did you
Yeah.
say tits?
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, she didn't say that. It's Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
There are no tits on Waze, but there
There's
are
actually
tips and
6,
tricks.
I think they'd have more users if
Anyway.
there was. Oh, here's a tit coming up on the right.
However, there are some things that Waze does tell you that I think that at least me, I'm starting to be a little more conscious of, you know?
Yeah. So like when I first started using Waze, it will alert you. It'll say like pothole on road ahead. And I would get into some serious trouble, like where? Like trying to make sure that it was valid.
Right.
And
First
so-
off, Britt, you cannot find a pothole going side to
Like,
side.
where's it? But no, so I would question like, is this for real? It took me 3 times to like not follow Waze to now, like if Waze tells me to park my car, get out, twerk on the side of the road for 5 minutes, guess who's
Doing
gonna
it.
be popping it and dropping it on the side of the road?
Yeah,
Me.
What's
that's
she
true.
doing? Waze told you to. I'm going to need you to drive
I'm gonna do
through
whatever Waze tells me.
7-Eleven, stop
Yep.
there, go in, get a Snickers, walk around your car 2 times, back out, then go left.
You know there are people who would do that.
There is a reason for
Yeah.
it.
I'm
There
gonna
is a
do
reason
whatever
there.
Waze tells me, because let me explain to you. I have 3 different times. Like Waze will tell me like get off on exit 20, drive 0.2 miles and get back on the highway. I'm like,
Why? That's stupid.
I sat for 30 minutes in
In
that
the
little
same
pocket it was trying
spot.
to get me to avoid in a parking lot. 3 times I did. I'm like, okay, Waze, I'm going where you tell me to go.
Right.
It's gonna get to a point where like your husband is kind of like iffy about Waze,
No, because
right?
he thinks he can beat Waze. And so I'm like,
No. That's
Why-
like thinking you can beat Einstein.
but why?
Dr.
It's like,
Phil,
but
you can't.
I'm like, he's a let me tell you, this man's a genius, and I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, if it's telling you to go here, I'm like, we are going to be that couple or that family. He's
Yes.
going to be like, we don't need to go there. I don't know why Waze is telling. I'm staying on this highway, and the highway's going like end.
and
Yeah,
it's gonna
and then you're gonna
fall
drive
off.
off
And
the
that's,
cliff.
I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
In a
Waze,
ditch.
Waze told you.
Sitting here in a goddamn ditch.
Yes. Yes.
That's why.
1000%.
That's why you need to use Waze.
1000%.
But well, we just had our little.
The only reason I use it, I mean, I pretty much know where I'm going for the most part,
Right.
but I use it strictly for the cops.
Me too.
4 times on the way down here, it was
The
like,
cops,
cop, I'm like,
The
"Whoa,
red light
let me
cameras,
slow down 30
the
miles an
speed
hour.
trap.
Bring it back.
Traps.
All of it.
It'll-
All of
Speed
it.
traps.
However, I will say some people that do live in certain areas, because my sister's one, she's like, I don't use Waze because it's really doesn't work here. So sometimes if you do live in an area
Where
of the
in
country,
West Bumble? What is
well,
that?
if you don't have enough, like a high enough population of people
Is it
using
Louisiana?
it. No, it's just Missouri.
Oh, that's
You know,
close.
Same thing. So, it's not enough people to probably make it as accurate as it is here.
Right.
As soon as I leave my house, it's like there are 30,000 people along your route on
Yep.
Waze. So
I have to tell
I
you
am
guys,
good.
when we were in Nashville for a wedding, and so we were right outside Nashville. My girlfriend lives there. And we were like, okay, well, we'll just take an Uber from our hotel to the country club. Well, they only had one
Oh
Uber.
my gosh.
And so we had to like work it out with this Uber driver, and he was like, well, I'm borrowing my friend's van. And then I was
It's This is a new concept here.
I just said, I don't know if this is made up, but I was like, here's like $45 tip because I feel really bad that you had to borrow your friend's van to drive me back and forth to the country club.
Look, you guys, we have technology for a reason. Use it. But
crazy.
you know what? Before we sign off, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I think Good Things is DC has officially decided that our official hashtag is
Unapologetically extra.
because we are. And we want you all to be too. And so for that reason, we are going to give a little toot-toot to Miss Toni Braxton, who just came back. Because we are like...
loving her right now. Let me tell you, she is 50 years old. If you have not seen her latest video, Long As I Live, that girl is 50 years old. That's like somebody's grandmama.
But this video and her and everything about it is
Lord.
so freaking extra.
Oh, I love it.
Can we wear that to your birthday?
I love it.
I just want...
I live for everything that's happening.
I want to have enough courage to
dance
wear like
Yeah.
a leotard and nothing else and some heels and put on a coat.
Well,
I'm
if
not
you
there.
do it, then I'll do it, and then Britt'll do it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. So send us what you think might be some things that you've seen or that you know, or even if it's you that might be a little bit unapologetically extra.
And if you don't know what it is, just look at any of our Facebook, Instagram. Look through our photos.
Start with Leia. If you want the full scope of
This one right
Unapologetically
here.
Extra, start with her.
Start with her.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's
I
all
told
there.
you, I'm reading a new book. Zero fucks given. You should try it.
There's actually a TEDx talk about that.
It's amazing.
How to give
Love it.
zero
Yeah,
fucks.
stop giving people your fucks. Stop it. Ration them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they belong to you.
Keep your
They
fucks
do.
to yourself.
Yeah. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, it's been a great day.
And now we're all going to go pray. We're going to church.
And thank you for allowing us to be a little bit off script and uncensored today because we needed it.
Yeah.
We
A
did.
little bit.
But
while you're doing that as well, don't forget, please go on and check Miss Leia Rocheleau out at, let's see, you have your regular Facebook page, but then you also have your
Mrs.
DuPont Circle America 2018.
And 17 for the record.
This is true.
I'm
This is true.
retiring after this year, though, so it's going or not.
All
it's
or
either
nothing.
going down or it ain't going
All
down.
or nothing,
Yeah.
all or nothing. And we will update you next week on everything. But you can, I think there's still tickets available
There are.
for Mrs. DC America
Ain't a
2018.
whole lot, so
no.
get them.
Get them if you want to
Yes.
get down. It's going to be at the Embassy of France. Starts at what time? 7 p.m.
I have to be there at like 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
I'm
was like. I don't know
ugh.
why I even asked her.
Well, they
Yeah.
should spring for the VIP because what do they get with the VIP
VIP
ticket?
sold out.
That's done.
Oh, is it done?
Yeah.
Boom.
Good thing
Yeah,
I
that's
got mine.
All
That's
my
done.
people bought all their
That's
tickets
done.
already, so
That's
we
done.
sold out.
That's all.
Awesome.
That's all over with. But check her out there, and of course, check us out at goodthingsdc.com and on Facebook at Good Things DC, on Twitter at Good Things DC, on YouTube and Instagram at Good Things DC Show. So
Lord
like
have
us,
mercy.
subscribe, click, twit, whatever you do, and
Tweet, post, share, text, comment, like, love.
And bake some damn brownies.
it's been a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.